So we're here today to celebrate the recent passage of the 2018 Farm Bill, which includes provisions I fought for to support the fast-growing field of urban farming here in the Garden State. New Jersey is already fortunate to have a robust agricultural center, from cranberries and blueberries and corn to everyone's favorite, Jersey tomatoes. Now companies like AeroFarms are proving that agriculture can thrive not only in our beautiful farmlands, but here in the midst of our bustling cities. Back in 2017, actually, is when I came here with Mark and your CEO, David Rosenberg, and we took a tour. It was fascinating to learn how this innovative vertical farming techniques allows them to grow produce using 95% less water as traditional field farming and in half the time. And this company is growing more than vegetables. They're also growing new, permanent, and year-round jobs for hardworking New Jerseyans, not just here in Newark, but they are on the verge of also pursuing such an opportunity in Camden. So it's about innovation, it's about sustainability, it's about creating jobs for workers in our urban centers who have often been left behind in a changing economy. It's about revitalizing communities and repurposing the old warehouses and industrial facilities of the past. It's about redefining farm to table. Imagine the day when the chef at your favorite local downtown restaurant can literally go next door to pick fresh fruits and vegetables for the night's menu. Well, that's not far off. Thanks to AeroFarms, we're seeing fresh local produce made more available to communities in food deserts that often struggle with access to healthy food. Here in the Garden State, everyone, whether they live in Hamilton or Hackensack, Newton, or in Newark, should have access to fresh local produce. For these reasons and more, urban and indoor farming is an industry I'd like to see take off in New Jersey. But for far too long, companies like AeroFarms have been locked out of some of the U.S. Department of Agriculture's most useful programs. It absolutely made no sense. That's why I'm proud to have successfully fought for provisions in this year's Farm Bill that will help urban and indoor farms flourish here in New Jersey. I'm pleased to have helped insert a provision directing the U.S. Department of Agriculture to update their policies and create parity for indoor and urban farms. Now companies like AeroFarms will be eligible for the same resources available to traditional rural farms, from government-backed loans to conservation programs to risk management tools. By leveling the playing field, we're improving access to much-needed capital and resources and encouraging the creation of more good-paying, sustainable urban farming jobs. I'm also pleased to support the Urban and Indoor Agriculture Research Initiative, which will invest millions of dollars in research grants to advance innovation in the urban agriculture industry. And should AeroFarms apply for one of these research grants, you can be sure that we will be bolstering your efforts in Washington. Likewise, AeroFarms will now be eligible to utilize the Rural Energy for America program, which provides financial support for installing renewable and energy-efficient systems in agriculture. Previously, this program was only available to farmers seeking to upgrade existing energy systems. But if you're a startup like AeroFarms that installed sustainable lighting systems from the get-go, you were locked out. I'm glad to say we changed that. Now, innovators like AeroFarms will be able to take advantage of programs designed to encourage renewable and energy-efficient technologies in farming. And finally, the United States Department of Agriculture is now required to conduct a census of the urban and indoor farming industry so we can make sure future funding levels reflect the field's true potential. By opening up USDA programs to urban farming, we're opening up our cities to new jobs and new possibilities, and I want to make sure that the vertical indoor farming pioneered by AeroFarms has support in Washington. Residents here in Newark and to the south in Camden may have never imagined a career in agriculture for themselves, but now they have an opportunity. I met a whole bunch of the workers at break time, and it was good to talk to them about what they're doing. We look ahead to major challenges. As we look ahead to major challenges like climate change, we know that sustainability in agriculture is only going to become more important. So to conclude, I want to thank the entire team at AeroFarm for showing us that vertical, indoor, urban farming isn't just good for the planet, it's good for business, it's good for jobs, it's good for New Jersey.